Making salad. A lot of times we all like to have a nice tossed salad, but then we think, it takes too long to make the salad. So instead, what we do is we don't have a salad. So the easiest way to do is to make a huge bowl ahead of time of salad. Put it in Ziploc bags, keep it in the refrigerator, and when you want a salad, you grab a handful, throw it in a bowl, throw some cheese, some ham, some turkey, whatever, and dressing. You got a delicious dinner, and it's already made much easier. So we're going to start today. We're going to take our lettuce, okay? Our nice lettuce. We dump in the pan. Oh, there's a lot of lettuce in there. Wow. Okay. Holy Moses, there's a lot of lettuce in there. Yeah, dump the whole thing in. It's good. You can, if you don't have to use this kind of lettuce, you can use some of this lettuce, but this is good. And got all the greenery stuff and the purple stuff, which is kind of healthy. And good. And a little sketchy here and there. You gotta make sure there's no little slimy parts in there, because that'll ruin your salad. Looks pretty good. Okay. Next thing we do, we add cabbage. You can also add iceberg lettuce. Cabbage. I love red cabbage. Let's do it. Let's do it this way. Cut it this way. What does red cabbage do? Not much. It's healthy, I guess, because it's colorful. And it's a big boy. Okay. See how that runs? A little grain in that thing. Cut this part off here. Stand him up on his edge. Now you can slice nice little thin slices. Almost like it's a shredded cabbage. That way you don't know you're eating cabbage in the salad. Give it to that. Cut this guy out there. You don't want that white stuff so much. Okay. Cut a little bit more off the bottom. There we go. I'll use that for something else later. Okay. Nice shreds. The color in this makes it very appealing when you look at a salad. It actually has to be appealing to your eyes when you have a salad, because otherwise you're thinking, oh God, I'm having a salad. I'm not having a bowl of ice cream, I'm having a salad. So it has to be very appealing to look at. So, gotta have that color. You can chop it like this. Chop it like this. Take it, throw it in the thing. Pretty good. That's pretty good. I like a lot of cabbage. I'll put a little more in. I like the colors. Nice. If you don't like that kind, use iceberg. Throw some iceberg lettuce in with that if you like. Sometimes I do that, but I don't have any iceberg lettuce. Okay, so shred it up. Okay, next, more color. Well, celery. Celery's good. Okay, now I'm going to wash this. Cut the end off. Cut the end off. Now, this is the inside of the celery, or the big stalks. Use the outside ones for cooking like soups and whatever, but the inside's just nice and tender and sweet. So what you do now is just take it and cut it into the rest of the salad. You get down here where it's too fat, too thick. This salad will last about 3-4 days. Love this green stuff. It's tender, sweet, delicious. Okay. And okay. Okay. Let me get the celery. Okay. Now we're going to do red pepper. Don't always remember to take this little tag off. Sometimes I forget, and you'll be eating a salad, you have a little tag in there. So wash them, take them off, wash them. Take your pepper, slit it all the way around. Take it, break it apart. Take that, pull it out with your finger, because otherwise you'll waste a lot of pepper. Compost bucket. Creatures will love that later. Take this out. Take this out. The seeds. Wash them again. Two nice pieces. Slice, slice, slice. It's always hand motion. My favorite knife. My little favorite knife. Okay. All right. And we start cooking, cutting them up with that by hand. Hope this can be seen. If not, I'll do it down here so you can see it down here. If you always go, see, this is tough skin, but if you go from what you just cut, it's nice and tender, so it cuts really easy. See? A little tough there, so I'll go from this side. And doesn't matter what size they are, except you don't want a huge chunk. Trying to keep them the same uniform size. Okay, and take all this, put in a bowl. Beautiful. Now look beautiful. Beautiful colors, colors, colors. Now, next part we're going to do some carrots. First cut the top off, bottom off, top off, bottom off. Now we wash them. Now, this is the best tool in my kitchen, one of them. These come in a 3-pack. Got them on Amazon. I have a stash of these. Wonderful. For the future, in case they ever stop making them. Pulls it right off. Beautiful. Look at that. Doesn't take a whole bunch off. It just takes the skin off. So you don't... Beautiful. Easy, easy, easy. Love it. There it is. Compost. Chickens will love that. And we got carrots. Is that easy? That is easy. Now to handle these easier, cut them in half. And I don't like big chunks of carrots, so cut this in half like this. There. Now, usually don't eat too many carrots because carrots have a lot of sugar in them. So I don't have a lot of carrot in here. I'm cutting it small like that, little pieces, so you don't have a big chunk of carrot, so you can, it looks pretty, the color. Some people use a cutting board and use that big knife to cut. I tried that. Not too good. My fingers are... That motion's a little easier to... You judge it. So you know when it comes to here, you stop. It's like you push, then you know when to stop. You got to do it a few hundred times to get the feel of it. Otherwise, you'll cut your finger. And these you're gonna twist because they're round. You're just kind of twisting motion here. And that needs a twisting and a pushing. Never thought about that. Get down to here when it's too thin to do them back and forth, and then slice them this way, whatever way you want. Last little bit. Gather them all together. In a bowl. Beautiful. A big knife to pick up. Don't want the seeds. Don't want the seeds. Okay, and okay. Now we've got those. Beautiful. Now, the next part is cucumbers. A little wrinkle, so we're going to cut the top, cut the bottom. Cut the top, cut the bottom. We like a lot of cucumbers. Then, a little thing here, a little squeezy thing here. And we don't do it always, just leave some of the green there to make it pretty. A little colorful. Okay. Pretty. That way you know you're eating a cucumber. And the skins are probably pretty good for you too. Oops, roll over there. And okay, get all this out. Grab all this and throw in the compost bucket. You'll either make dirt for next year or make eggs through the chickens. I'm going to wash these now. Okay. Now, do the same thing. Use my other knife. It's a pretty good knife too. And don't want them too big, put them like this. You buy pickler cucumbers because they don't have any big seeds. You buy regular cucumbers, God, they got those huge seeds and you have to throw, it's mostly seed and water in the middle. These are nice and tender and small seeds, so always buy picklers for a salad. Don't buy those big things. Nice. Yeah, see, there's hardly any seeds in that at all. So you're getting all cucumber, not water and seed. These you can have in any little chunk. You can start out with slices, but sometimes chunks are a little more appealing. Gosh, we're almost done. We got the onion, tomatoes. Then if you want, you can add a can of black olives. They're pretty good too. But you don't want to use regular, excuse me, tomatoes, because if they're cut up and juicy, then they make the whole salad a mucky mess and it won't last. So now we throw these cucumbers on the top. I got a frog in my throat. And there so far. Nice. Now, next part we're going to do is the onion. You want to have red onion and you want to have thin slices. Because they're delicious when they're thin slices. Tear off the excess. See, some people will tear off too much, but just about the first layer. See that? You want to get it so that it peels itself right off. No more than that, otherwise you're wasting onion. These babies are not cheap. Okay. Now on this, take a nice sharp knife and you slice it. As thin as possible. You don't want a serrated knife. Serrated knife will not work. Well, it might work. I don't know. Try to get them as thin as I can so they can make a lot of pieces out of them. And make them like a ring. See this now? See what's it? You take them like this and you separate them like that. Oh my God, like hairs. Almost like little pieces of hair. Isn't that beautiful? So little pieces of hair, you throw them on the top there. So not a big chunk of lettuce. Of onion. Nice. There we go. Come on, baby. I'm starting to tear up here. See that? Separate them with your fingers first. Really nice. Really nice. And time to cry now. Can't see what I'm doing. Oh dear. Man, that's a bad onion. Whoa. Whew. God, that's awful. Okay, when it gets to be too much to cut that way, you cut it like this, and then you do the half slices like that. That way you're sitting on something hard, solid, flat. Then you do the rest of them like this. Maybe a little thicker, but hey, better than killing your eyes. Right in between there we go. And then this one. This one. Whew. Separate them with your fingers. And in the bowl. Nice. Now, take the tomatoes. Cute little sweet guys. Wash them. Oh man, that onion is terrible. Wash them. Dump them in there. Hands. Mix up the whole thing. And you got a lovely salad for the week or two with friends. Wash hands. Whew. Man, that onion's tough.